Hantaviruses are a family of viruses primarily carried by rodents. In their natural hosts, these viruses typically do not cause illness. However, when these viruses jump to humans, they can cause serious and often life-threatening disease. It is a critical zoonotic infection. Crucially, hantavirus is not typically spread from person to person. This distinguishes it from many common respiratory viruses, helping to prevent broad social panic. Hantavirus transmission occurs primarily when humans inhale aerosolized virus particles. These particles originate from the urine, droppings, or saliva of infected rodents. Beyond inhalation, transmission can occur through direct contact with these excreta or via rodent bites. It is important to note that the virus is not typically spread from person to person. Climate-driven habitat shifts have intensified these risks. Changing environmental patterns cause rodent population spikes, forcing animals into closer proximity with human structures. In summary, inhalation of dried waste, direct contact with excreta, and bites are the primary infection routes exacerbated by shifting climate patterns. Hantavirus manifests in two distinct clinical syndromes depending on the geographical region and the specific viral strain. These are Hantavirus Pulmonary Syndrome, or HPS, and Hemorrhagic Fever with Renal Syndrome, or HFRS. HPS is primarily found in the Americas. It is characterized by severe respiratory distress caused by fluid filling the air sacs in the lungs. Due to the rapid progression of respiratory failure, it carries a high mortality rate, making early intervention critical. In contrast, HFRS is prevalent throughout Europe and Asia. This syndrome primarily targets the renal system, leading to kidney dysfunction. It is marked by vascular leakage that can cause internal bleeding and acute kidney failure. While their target organs differ, the lungs for HPS and the kidneys for HFRS, both syndromes represent medical emergencies that require immediate supportive care to manage physiological failure. The hantavirus incubation period is deceptive, ranging from 1 to 8 weeks following exposure. During this time, the virus establishes itself within the host. Initial symptoms often include high fever, significant fatigue, and deep muscle aches. Because these signs mimic common viral infections, hantavirus is frequently misdiagnosed as the seasonal flu, delaying necessary care. The progression to respiratory distress is rapid and life-threatening. Seeking early supportive care at the very first sign of breathing difficulty is the single most critical factor in improving survival outcomes. Traditionally, detecting hantavirus required complex laboratory culture methods that took days. In 2026, we have transitioned to rapid, CRISPR-based point-of-care molecular diagnostic kits. These kits function by using CRISPR-associated proteins to target specific viral RNA. When the enzyme identifies the matching hantavirus sequence, it triggers a signal, providing a clear diagnostic readout within hours. Crucially, these tools are deployed in remote, high-risk regions. By drastically shortening the time to diagnosis, medical teams can provide early, life-saving supportive care before the onset of respiratory failure. When cleaning areas with rodent droppings, never use a broom or vacuum. Dry cleaning kicks microscopic virus particles into the air where they can be inhaled, putting you at risk of hantavirus infection. Use the safe 3-step method. First, wet the area thoroughly with a disinfectant or a bleach solution. This prevents the particles from becoming airborne. Second, let the area soak for 5 to 10 minutes. This neutralizes the virus. Finally, wipe the debris up using a paper towel and dispose of it in a sealed bag. Always wear gloves when cleaning, and wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water after the process is complete. Looking forward, the global scientific community is adopting a One Health approach. This strategy integrates data from human medicine, veterinary science, and environmental monitoring to identify spillover risks before they escalate into human outbreaks. A cornerstone of this future is genomic surveillance. By regularly sequencing viral samples from rodent populations, researchers can track mutations and migration patterns in real time, effectively creating a biological early warning system. Most significantly, we are seeing the progress of mRNA-based vaccine platforms. Currently in phase 2 clinical trials, these vaccines are being designed specifically for high-risk groups such as agricultural workers and forest rangers, offering a path to neutralize this hidden pandemic. The future of hantavirus prevention lies in the intersection of proactive technology and unified global science. By bridging the gap between ecological monitoring and clinical innovation, we are finally moving from reactive care to true prevention.